Everything we do here at James Project focuses on caring for vulnerable women and children because we believe that's the call that God has placed on every one of us as Christians.
Hey, everybody, we're back and it's February and it's toward the end of February, but you have been busy, Bryon. How are you doing?
Doing well. We've been really busy. It's been a very busy time of travel. We were in Guatemala and then we came home for 3 days and then headed north to British Columbia, Canada, and we're there for 16 days. We have a church, Christian Life Assembly, that is focusing on the James Project for their missions month, the whole month of February. And I think they wanted us to be there the whole month, but that was too much. So our good friend Mandy Wilson stepped in and went up and spoke. They had a gala last weekend, but I mean, we had 3 services that we got to share and shared at small groups, different at school, we just had individual dinners with people, catching up, and then had some new people we got to get to know, and it was great. It was great. It was tiring, but it was great.
Yeah, it's such a part of your job that people probably don't think much about, that you travel around to talk to people and introduce them to the James Project. It's a big part of your job, but it can be tiring if you're having to be gone for so long. But what a wonderful thing that offered the whole month. I mean, that's fantastic that they wanted to focus on.
Yeah, they've been involved since technically, I think 2009, but before that, there were members that went to the church that were involved. But if anybody knows Steve and Anna Lindbergh, they were missionaries at the James Project for 2 years, and they actually hosted us in their home. Amazing people. It was great getting to know them even better, and they're amazing. We're so thankful for their hospitality, and they were our chauffeur. They were everything. It was awesome.
Schedulers, everything. Yes, that's great.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
And of course, Anna's on our Canadian board as well.
Yep, that's so great. Well, I'm glad that you had a great time. I'm glad you got to talk to so many different people, and I'm glad that you get a little bit of a break because you're traveling again soon.
We're home this week, and then we head to Portland on Friday. We'll just be there for an extended weekend, but then we'll be home for a while before we head back to Guatemala.
And that's to speak at a church as well, correct?
Yes, yeah. Same purpose. It's Missions Month in a lot of churches, and they're invited us to come up and speak, and share.
Wonderful. It's wonderful that
people love
so far,
Yeah, I mean, people love the James Project, and they want to hear more. They want to be involved. So that's our goal, is to expand across North America. I mean, we'd love to be, honestly, in all 50 states at some point. I'm not sure where we're at now. We're not close to 50. But yeah, we're willing to do it. It's just, it's going to take some time and contacts and resources.
Right. But the more people that know about it, the more people can have the joy of helping. So it's a wonderful thing.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we're blessed to be able to do it.
Yeah. All right. So what is it that they have the joy of helping? What's going on in Guatemala?
Well, lots of construction. That's not necessarily an abnormal thing, but Casa Elizabeth, our second teen maternity home, is under construction now. The walls are up. I haven't seen any updates on as far as the roof goes, but weather's been great. I mean, it's dry season, so that doesn't affect the construction, but we have had to split our construction crew that we hire. So it has slowed us down a little bit. The other half of the crew is working at the Village of Hope on their offices over there. The office will have, as a part of it, will have some storage, because it takes lots of resources, supplies. And then on top, there'll be like a training center on the roof of that.
Nice.
For the women to come in and receive the training they need.
That's awesome. Like work training, like job training type of things.
Yeah,
correct?
Job training. Yeah. Yeah. And I think the plan is to use it for Rudy and Lorena give spiritual classes as well. I mean, so it just gives them a one-stop spot, so to speak, where the ladies can come in and do it all. We're blessed to have it, and it'll be great when it's finished.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So great. And speaking of the Village of Hope, there's a resident there, a mom with her kids, right?
Yeah, we have a young mom. I believe she's 27. She
Mhm.
looks like she's 17. Honestly, she great lady. 3 kids. Sad situation, but she's happy to be there, and we're thrilled to have our first residents. Hopefully, now that when the other women who are on the bubble
Mhm.
see that how she's doing and how it's going there, that they'll be willing to move in as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Those kids must be really enjoying the playground all to themselves, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. They'll have to share eventually, but yeah,
Right.
yeah. They
Yeah.
get it all to themselves, and
Yeah,
and
that's
and honestly, the house has turned out just great. I mean, once they were completely done with the paint and the tile and all the furnishings in, they really are great. So
that's great.
hopefully, Yanira is her name. Hopefully, she and her kids will be happy there for a long time.
That's wonderful. I'm excited for them. So good. And how about Casa John? That's in the works or will be.
So the 65,000 match that we just completed
Mm-hmm.
is for Casa John or Casa Juan, whichever one you want to say. It's the same. Yeah, we'll have to hold off on the construction until those other 2 things are finished because our crew is busy.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. But it'd be great to be able to welcome another group of boys because there's such.
Yes, much needed.
Yeah. And then staff housing. Where's that going up? That's at Village
Yeah,
of Hope.
so
Really? Got
yeah,
some idea.
staff housing's more of an idea right now. So we've mentioned before that we have a hard time finding good employees, good staff, especially in our professional office with psychologists and social workers and some teachers too, some like administrators. And so we get some applicants, but they don't want to move to Monjas, which if you're from the city or a bigger town, there's moving to Monjas is a setback as far as convenience and
Right.
lifestyle and that kind of thing. So what we're thinking, and again, this is just in the early planning. We have not
Mhm.
raising money or anything yet, but if we can build some small apartments that we can maybe attract some better applicants that they can come and stay on property during the week, and if they want to go back to wherever their home they're where they come from, their home, they could do that on the weekends. And again, we're just in the planning stage. We think we're just
Right.
I,
Right.
I hesitated to mention it because we're not fundraising for it or
No,
anything, but
but it's a.
something for people to pray about.
Yeah, yes, it's a prayer request. And it seems like it would be really helpful to be able to have those good applicants that are already applying but don't want to move, like be able to
Yeah,
stay for the week but not have to live there permanently. And they could, it's kind of like
right,
the both worlds. If they have a heart for the ministry, but they also appreciate the conveniences of the city, you know.
right. And
Yeah.
we actually right now we have Vanessa, and I can't remember if she's social worker. I think she's psychologist who's living in Casa Esperanza with our
Oh, yeah.
in our transition home with our girls. So it worked for her. So we're hoping that it'll work,
And
for
she goes hang
others.
out the weekends, right?
I believe she doesn't, she's about an hour and a half away
Okay.
from where she came from. I don't
Yeah.
think she goes every weekend, but because I have seen her on the weekends before, but she
Yeah.
does. So
She has that
she's thrilled. She likes it. She likes being with the girls, in the house and the kids. So maybe it'll happen. We'll put it over on Village of Hope or the adjoining property whenever it
option.
comes time. But
Yep. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's a good prayer request for wisdom on that. And you've also got some other ideas about a boys' transition home, correct?
yeah. So if anybody knows, I won't mention his name. We have an older boy who is
Hmm.
almost 18,
Hmm.
and the government says that when a kid turns 18, they have to be removed from the children's home. So
Hmm.
on the girls, on our main campus, we have Casa Esperanza that we just mentioned that the girls move in there, but we don't have a place for any boys. So we don't want to build a whole big building for just one boy or 2 boys. So maybe as a part of that staff housing, we would have an apartment for boys in transition to,
Hmm.
once they, and just so you know, we had somebody recently say, please stop using that word transition. But
Oh,
it, I'm sorry. It's just,
that's what
I
it
don't know
is.
what else to say. Yeah, it's what
Right.
it is. Transitional housing
Because you're
for,
you're helping them learn how to be on their
yeah,
own before they
yeah,
transition out into the world outside the walls, you know.
yeah.
Um,
And maybe we change it to aging out. home. Anyway, regardless, we don't have much a plan for him. We got to try to figure that out quickly. It may be we put an addition on to one of the existing boys' homes, or just build a little small, if you've been to the property, our sensory room across from the school, maybe just a little one room little thing for him, and then add on to it later. I don't know. That's another thing we need prayer for.
When they say they have
we want him on.
They just have to leave the home that has the house parents, but they can still be on property.
Yes. Yeah.
Just to clarify. Yeah.
So it'd be easier if they were off property, just so we don't have to deal with the government. But we also don't want them isolated out somewhere, renting, in town or anything like that. So,
especially because
we're looking for maybe a family that'll take him in for a while.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's not quite ready to be out on his own.
No, and we're not gonna put him out on the street. No.
Right.
We refuse to do that.
Yeah. I think that people, just to qualify that, he may be 18, but because of what he's been through, he's not had the practice and the experience of growing up in a normal setting to be prepared to be on his own, right? Like you would say, in a healthy way.
Right. So some of our 18-year-olds will go back to family, and unfortunately, it's not the best scenario for them. They often, when that happens, they quit going to school, they quit pursuing, and they're not even graduated from lower grades. And we don't want that. We want them to stay with us as long as they want to stay with us, and we will help them as long as they want to stay.
Yeah.
And of course, there's rules and things that go along with that. But no, he's mature-wise not ready. Educationally wise, not ready. He has a sister there. I don't think he wants to leave her.
Yeah.
But time will tell, and again, we'll provide all the whatever we can for him to help him. But if we had a home on property for him, that would be ideal.
All right. What else is going on?
So we're pretty excited. I mentioned this a while back, and it's been a very long process, but we have a bunch of solar panels that have been donated. So we're hoping to go completely solar on all of our campuses, the main campus and Village of Hope. So we are closer. We've actually spoken to, we have a shipping company in the States, and we have a shipping company in Guatemala that are speaking now. They're working out the details to get it in country and to get it to Monjas. And then once we're there, we have somebody local who will help us get everything hooked up. Now our the next problem, it's really Guatemala's Guatemala, but in the States, if you have solar panels and you produce more electricity than you use, the electric company will buy it back from you. They'll pay you for it. In Guatemala, they charge you for it.
Wow.
So so right now we're having to monitor what we do have, make sure we don't go over, which I don't know, that this probably happened once or twice, so that we don't get charged for it. So what we really need are battery backups, battery storage. And so, and also we can only use our solar during the day. At night, we can't, it just shuts off. So, we have a couple of problems. One, well, hopefully the panels will arrive soon, within a couple of months, because, everything's slow. But then we don't have a place to store them. So we got to figure that out. We wanted to buy the containers that are coming in, but Monjas doesn't have the equipment to unload it. And it's more complicated than it sounds, I guess. And then, we need the battery backups or the battery storage so that we can store the electricity we're producing and not send it back to the system and be charged for it.
Wow. Yeah. A lot of details that you don't think of when you think, oh, we're going to go solar.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes. There's enough panels that we should be able to go completely solar. I mean, on both campuses and not have to.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. It'll be great.
So prayer requests for all the details to work that out.
Yes. Lots of details.
Yeah. All right. What else? We've got a fundraiser coming up, right?
Yes, our third annual pickleball tournament is coming up in April 18th. And as always, we need sponsors, we need donations. Of course, we need players, and we're in that process of trying to acquire all those things so that we have a successful event. There is a $20,000 challenge attached. So anybody who gives to that, their money will be doubled. And we've had a match or a challenge the last 2 years, and we've met it every year. So
that's wonderful.
Hopefully yeah, hopefully we will again this year. It's such a good time. It's a fun tournament.
Yeah. Pickleball is picking up everywhere. So it'll
It
be fun.
is. Yeah.
And is that an overland park?
It's in Overland Park, Kansas, which is the biggest suburb of Kansas City on the Kansas side. The facility is very popular. In fact, it's hard to get in there, if you just want to go over and play. Yeah. So, giving us a full morning to have a tournament. They're great to work with. I
That's
mean,
really
they're great. But
good.
if anybody around the country wants to host a pickleball tournament, if you can find an organization, a company like we partner with, it's so
Mhm.
much easier and less work than a golf tournament.
Yeah.
So yeah, if somebody could just reach out if they're interested in doing something in their local area, we'd be glad to help.
Yeah. Yeah. Because fundraising is not isolated to your area. you anyone
Correct.
can fundraise for the project anywhere in the country if they
Yeah.
would like.
In fact, I was looking at reaching out to former sponsors and donors from last 2 years, and realized there's a few outside of our area, yeah, around the
That's
country that
wonderful.
have given to that. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, they just make cash donate or monetary donations, and it was doubled. So
That's wonderful. All
yeah,
right. And speaking of donations, we've been working on some foundational partners and inviting people to be part of that first group of foundational partners to support the regular budget of the ministry, the foundation of the ministry. And that's still
yeah,
available.
yeah. For $100 a month or $1,200 a year, you can become a foundational partner, and what the focus of that is to help us. We have 5 programs. We have children's home. We have women. We have a United in Christ, which is the pastoral network. We have the Barnabas aftercare program, so we follow our kids when they are returned, and then our school. So all those cost money to operate, and they're all 5 of those are centered around James 1:27, which is where we get our name, caring for widows and orphans or the vulnerable. And so yeah, that's just a if you want to call it a campaign or a focus, whatever, but it's so we can operate what we're doing, so we can continue to do what we're doing. And those things cost money, and we
Yeah.
have 80 staff now that we have to pay,
Mhm.
and they they need they need a salary. They don't volunteer their time, and so that's kind of where that step will go, where that
Yeah,
push is going to.
just wonderful to be that foundation, to just be that solid group of people that is committed to giving that every month or once a year, the 1,200, to know that you're part of that and to be able to ensure that all of that's covered.
Yeah,
That's great.
and we are in the process of, we have a company developing a new CRM system for us, which right now it's really hard to track. It takes a
Mm,
lot of work to figure out how many of those foundational partners. We're hoping for 1,000.
Right.
Right, it's hard to find right now exactly because the system we're using just isn't very good. But the new one will enable us to monitor that and track it and reach out to people once they reach that goal. And we're excited about it coming, but it's one of those things that takes time to implement.
Yeah. And, growing there are different parts and pieces to it that have to come together so that growth can happen. And that takes
Yeah.
patience, just like building a home, you know.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many, as just from this conversation, so many things that go on behind the scenes that most people, don't know about or don't think about, and they don't need to,
No.
but it's okay to, share some of those things just so people are aware.
Yeah, it gives some insight into the ministry as a whole and helps people
Yeah.
understand all the different parts and pieces that go into it. So
Yeah.
because it's wonderful to go down and visit and you see it all come together and you get to experience the fruit of it, but it gives a greater understanding, I think, about how it comes together and what all is involved. And that to know when you're giving that $100 a month or $1,200 a year, to know a little bit about what that means that you're supporting. How does
Yeah.
that money get used? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
exactly. And
yeah,
even for somebody who comes on a team or comes for a visit, they just catch a small glimpse of what
mm,
it takes to operate this
right.
amazing ministry. So yeah, it does take
Hmm.
takes resources to do it.
Yeah,
So
but
we
it's
thank you for those who are already doing that.
mhm.
We thank you for those who are considering it, and we just ask that you pray about it. And there'll be some stuff coming out later this year that kind of maybe like a campaign to push it a little bit, like for somebody who's supporting 2 kids, hopefully, or 70.
70, yeah, it's 70-ish.
Yeah, Yeah. And so just we might be asking, just add $30 more and meet that goal and become a foundational partner.
Yeah, just a great opportunity. So I think it's important that I appreciate you sharing a little bit of the behind the scenes for people so that it gives a little more depth to understanding the ministry and where the resources need to go. Like there are a lot of moving parts that we don't get to
Yes.
see. So to understand a little bit is helpful to
Yeah.
think.
And hopefully I was able to articulate just a little bit of what it takes and not confuse people. But we have an open door, we're always open for questions, and we want to be
Right.
as transparent as possible. It's
Yep.
all the Lord's anyway. So
Yep.
we're glad to share.
And speaking of that, open doors, like your email and your phone number, it's all at thejamesproject.org. So if anyone
Yeah.
needs to reach out, that's how they can do it.
Yeah. We're here.
All right. Anything else?
I think that's all I have on my list, Kathy,
Okay.
for this time.
All right. Well, we'll figure out a time again next month, whether it's the beginning or the end of the month. We'll figure that out depending on travel. Great
Okay. I
to
look forward to it.
All right. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Kathy.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.